Did you hear this one? The godfather of AI just quit Google and says he regrets his life's work because it can be hard to stop bad actors from using it for bad things. That is his quote. Look how sad he looks in this photo. Perhaps if he was concerned about what they were going to do with it, he might not have sold his company to Google for $44 million in 2013. He used to work in academia. I mean, hey, academia doesn't pay that well. Somehow I doubt that this guy was like an unpaid, underpaid adjunct upon which the backs of these very, very wealthy academic institutions are making even more money for the lots and lots of administrators that make lots and lots of money there, plus how lots and lots of money they charge people to have a college education, which is basically the barrier to entry for like any job these days. I haven't applied to Walmart recently, but I'm wondering if they require a bachelor's degree. Anywho, Geoffrey Hinton is who we are talking about. This is what he said. He said that his concerns, one of his main concerns is how easy access to AI text and image generation tools could lead to more fake or fraudulent content being created, and how the average person would, and here's a quote from him, not be able to know what's true anymore. Well, I'm sorry, Geoffrey. AI or not, I'm pretty sure the average person already doesn't know what's true anymore. What with social media mediating all of our interactions, people don't even know how to relate to each other anymore. With all the disinformation about elections being propagated by Russian propaganda artists, shall we call them, via the social media platforms, a lot of people have no idea what's real anymore. Fox News is a propaganda arm. I mean, people study propaganda and they figure out how to appeal to the human being so that it seems real to them. They have been propagandized. Most religions help people to just kind of follow what they've been told, follow what they've been taught. Do not free think. Do not use your internal guidance system or awareness. In fact, that thing is bad and sinful and wrong, so you should smush it and just follow what we're telling you. It's the only way to get into a heaven that definitely exists. Most people have no ability to know what's true anymore, because most people have spent a lifetime being taught not to trust the only thing that can guide them to knowing what's true. Not to develop it, not to trust it, nothing. Anyway, I'm not saying that's an excuse for AI and that it's going to make our lives so much better. What I'm saying is, I think you might be too late. If you're really concerned about this, perhaps you should use part or all of that $44 million that you were paid in 2013 to sell your company. You can keep the profit since then. Use that $44 million to lobby for guardrails to be put on AI. Either that, or you can just wait until the climate and the environment completely collapses and we all have to go back to everything analog. One way or another, this problem's going to get fixed. There's a chipper way to start your morning or end your day or whatever time you're watching this. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. I'm Julianna Forlano. You are watching the Political Voices Network. Thanks for watching.
Republicans say they won't cut Social Security, Medicare, or Medicaid. But can honest, hard-working middle-class Americans really believe what these politicians say? Republicans said they wouldn't overturn Roe v. Wade. Here's what Supreme Court Justices Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, and Coney Barrett said during their Senate confirmation hearings.
Roe v. Wade, it is a precedent of the United States Supreme Court. A good judge will consider it as precedent of the United States Supreme Court.
Roe v. Wade, it's settled as a precedent of the Supreme Court.
Roe is not a super precedent, but that doesn't mean that Roe should be overruled.
Well, we saw how that turned out. They played us for fools. Tell your elected officials to keep their hands off of our Social Security and healthcare benefits. Fool me once. Let Majority Rule was responsible for this message. LetMajorityRule.org is a project of the Marvin Lucas Super PAC, which is responsible for and paid for this ad and is not affiliated with or authorized by any political campaign or candidate or candidates committee.